I am Bridget Lake, President of the Oviedo Winter Springs Regional Chamber of Commerce, and we are here with Commissioner Bob Dallari, running for County Commission District 1. He is one of our candidates at the Eastside Regional Hob Nob. Our premier virtual Eastside Regional Hob Nob is presented by Lucas Land Group, an Oviedo-based family-run business with interests throughout Central Florida. Our sponsors, Duke Energy and UCF, and our radio sponsors, 96.5 WDBO, and our website sponsor, Palm Tree Tech Center. Now, before we get into our conversation, let's watch a quick commercial from our sponsors, Duke Energy and UCF.
You deserve a smarter energy future, now. That's why Duke Energy is investing in advanced technology that improves reliability and helps prevent outages, that strengthens the grid against everything from storms to cyber attacks, moves the most vulnerable lines underground, and adds more solar, because you deserve stronger, cleaner, more reliable energy, and we're determined to deliver it. We're Duke Energy, and we're building your smarter energy future today.
Remote instruction has helped me out.
It's been great because the professor's very communicative still. I can email professor and get an email back in literally 20 minutes. We still have class, we still have to participate. It's not hard, it's just we have to do it a different way.
And I just think we've all done a really good job of adapting to these changes that have happened in a short period of time.
And I'm definitely still learning as much as I would in class.
And now we are back with Commissioner Dallari. He is running for County Commission District 1. How are you doing today, Bob?
Hello, Bridget. I'm doing just great. There's a lot of things going on, not just in Central Florida, but Seminole County and Oviedo and Winter Springs. And I'm very thankful to be a part of your Hob Nob today and for doing this interview.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate you taking the time. Before we get into some questions, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, Bridget, I've lived here since the late 80s. I moved here from the Northeast since 1989. Prior to getting into county government, I was with the city of Oviedo for a number of years. One of my biggest accomplishments is I was able to convince my dad, who is now 90 years old, to move here to Central Florida, Seminole County. He lives over in the Winter Springs area. And I will tell you, I never thought at my age I would have a 90-year-old son. In fact, today I had to take him for a doctor's visit. So thank you for working with me with that. It's not easy having an elderly parent, but it's truly a blessing. Professionally, I work for Walt Disney World. I say that tongue-in-cheek right now. I say that because I've been furloughed since April. So I do know how it feels to not only be without work, but to have less income coming in. One of the things that I'm hoping we'll talk about today is how we're going to help the residents here in Seminole County, not just the residents, but the businesses, because it is about the connection between local government and the residents here and the businesses. We have to get people back to work. We have to get people back on their feet. We have to get people getting their paychecks on a regular basis. And for me, it is about family. It is about community, and it is about the connection with everyone. I've lived in the areas, like I said, since the late 80s, excuse me. And those who know me know that I'm very reachable. All you gotta do is pick up the phone, either contact my office, email me. If you need my cell phone number, it's easy to get. I know you have it, Bridget. You've called many times, even on the weekends. And if you need something, I'm available.
Well, thank you. Before we get into that, and you brought up a really good point of how you can help businesses. First, I'd like to ask, I know that you serve on the board of Kids House. Can you share why that's such a passion for you?
Well, Kids House, for those who may not know, it does with child abuse. And to have either an infant or a child that's been abused, it's unacceptable on every level. The most vulnerable population in my mind, as we all know, it's the very young and the very old. Kids House does is they actually, people come to us that have been physically or sexually abused. We actually find the funding to not only provide the medical treatment, but to provide them and their families therapy at no cost. Our success rate is excellent. Funding is always hard. especially in these downturns in the economy when people are tightening their belt. Abuse goes up during the downturn in the economy, and it's important that we protect our most vulnerable population, our youngest, and as well as our elderly.
Are there any other community organizations that you're involved with that you are passionate about?
I mean, there's so many community organizations that I'm passionate about, but Kids House is probably the one that I really focus a lot of my attention on. I also focus a lot of my attention on Pathways to Care. It's to do with homeless, at no fault of many people, because many of us live paycheck to paycheck, and we don't know when or if we're going to become homeless, but more importantly, when they need a little bit of help. So Pathways to Care provides that little bit of help. I've been helping them as well. And Helpful Hands, I'm also on the Helpful Hands board, and that's an Oviedo-based organization for those people involved with the chamber. I've been on their board now for the past about a year. I've been involved with them for the past several years, and they do that little bit of extra where other organizations cannot help. They help kids and families in a time of need. And today, with this pandemic and what's going on, everybody needs help. No matter who you are, no matter what social demographics you are, everybody needs help. And it's important that we actually have that ability to give people a hand up and to reach out to them.
And you mentioned everyone needs help, and you said earlier how to help the businesses. And it's true, businesses are made up of people, so it's helping people and it's helping the community. Why don't you talk about how you see helping businesses?
Well, first of all, when it comes to small businesses, and small businesses are predominantly our economy. You're not going to have the Amazons here in Seminole County. You're not going to have the big, Fortune 50 to Fortune 100 companies, but you're going to have the small companies, anywhere from 2-3 people to even 5, 6, or even 10 or 100 people. Those are small companies for us. And even though people have their full life savings into these businesses, one of the things we're trying to do is to streamline regulation to help them get back to getting their businesses open. We're actually doing a lot of help with the PPE and helping people get the small business loans / grants. One of the things you may not be aware of, Bridget, but we haven't rolled it out yet, so you will see it for the first time basically here today, that through the CARES Act, Seminole County will be earmarked about $20 million. And I, for one, am hoping that we can help a lot of homeowners, families, but also reach out to the small businesses that have been directly affected by this downturn and pandemic to try to offset some of the costs, some of their losses. People now have to buy face masks. People now have to buy hand sanitizer. People in businesses have to have their employees with face masks. You now have to have the 6 feet rule, social distancing at every turn. That also hurts their businesses because, where you may have had, however many people there now in your business, it's gone to half. And now with social distancing, it makes it even harder because now people can't get people in and out of their business as quick as they first did. Because of that, I'm hoping that with the CARES Act, we can help offset a lot of these costs. And I'm sure that the Board of County Commissioners, with the money that's becoming available, will be reaching out not just to you, Bridget, but to all the chambers to educate the public as well as the businesses on how we can actually help.
And Commissioner Dallari, how many years have you been commissioner?
I was elected for the first time as a county commissioner in 2004.
So I guess my question is, how do you, or what keeps your passion to continue to run after all of these years? What really drives you to continue to, again, I mean, campaigns are not easy. No. And here you are, again, continuing to run and wanting to serve the community.
Well, Bridget, thank you for asking that question. For me, it's about people. It's about service. It's about helping the resident maneuver, not just through local government, but actually getting things done. I mean, I had a woman call my office. She goes, do you know of an electrician that can help me remove and replace a ceiling fan? And I'm like, well, I can't recommend anybody, but what's the problem? And she goes, well, my blade's broke. I said, well, you could go to Lowe's and just replace the blade. And she goes, didn't think of that. And it's simple things like that. It's the individual who is having a problem with their road and a sidewalk, the individual or the business that's having problems with their utilities. To me, that's what gets me up in the morning, helping people. It's important that it's not about government. It's not about being in charge. It's about public servants. And I see myself as an elected official, but more importantly, I see myself as a servant of the people representing them. I do not see myself as a politician. In fact, I despise that word because it is about service. It is about reaching out to your fellow man, your person, the people that need help, and able to help them, guide them. I'll always take their sides until we can find out and exhaust every issue that's out there. I'm working with a church now. I don't know if they want their names said, but they're trying to obtain some property. And I'm trying to help them maneuver to try to figure out, you know, if the county has excess property so that they can actually put housing there. Those are the things that get me up in the morning, actually helping people, helping a business person that's having a hard time getting an occupational license, or, you know, something that's happened that, you know, they don't understand. You know, now with the COVID-19, so many people call our office about what is the new regulations. And if you have a question, I'm here to answer it. So that's what gets me up in the morning. That's why I continue to serve. Things are getting nasty out there. There's a lot of fake news. Don't fall prey to it. If you got a question, please reach out to us.
Well, thank you. And before we wrap this up, is there anything else that you would like to add?
The one thing that I want to tell people that if you see anything, I was on a walk Saturday with Helpful Hands, the board that I'm on, and we were walking doing a virtual walk for a fundraiser. And I was with Susan Hames, and she was talking about the sidewalk. And I said, let's take a photo of that. You know, we can get that repaired. If you see something, either in your car or walking, don't take a picture while you're driving, but, you know, take a photo of it. Send it to our office. You know, the best way to get something done is to report it. See something, say something. No matter how small you think it is, it's important to us because it's important to you. So please reach out to us on any level. For the campaign, we all need help. We all need volunteers. Definitely reach out to me. There'll be a link somewhere on this, I would assume, on how to get a hold of us. I need your help. I need your vote. And God bless you all. It's important that we all stay safe through this pandemic. And please, please protect your family.
Well, thank you so much. That is Commissioner Bob Dallari. He is running for County Commission District 1. He is one of our candidates at the Eastside Regional Hob Nob. Our virtual Eastside Regional Hob Nob is on June 30th, starting at 5:30. And make sure to check out esrhobnob.com for our one-on-one interviews and so much more on our candidates. Thank you so much, Bob. It was so good to see you today.
Thank you, Bridget. It's always a pleasure working with you and talking with you. And I really appreciate you and your members.
Thank you, everyone. Good seeing everyone today.